It's retro time, my friends. Today we're going to be unboxing and testing out the Retroid Pocket 4 Pro. That is it. I love the packaging, as you can see it right here in the box. This looks amazing, and with nothing else to say, let's start opening it up. It's held on with a magnet right here, two magnets. And this is a screen protector. Notice that if you didn't pre-order, you are not going to get this, but as I did, I have it right here. You can still purchase it anyway. And here it is. Now, to make the things faster for the video itself, I already have unboxed this and go through all the setup process and load up some ROMs and some games. So the video is not going to take too long. So let's start to see what is inside. The first thing that you're going to find is the user manual. It's going to tell you the system parameters, the specs of the model that you have, and the buttons itself, what they do. Set this aside. A small piece of foam to protect the console itself. And here is the console. And behind it, you're going to find the USB Type-B to Type-C cable to charge it. Now you have 6 different colors for the Retroid Pocket 4 and 4 Pro. This one in my case is the 16-bit US version. But you're going to have another ones. I'm going to let you right here somewhere so you can check them out. Now the front layout, as you can see, it has 2 thumbsticks. They are both Hall effect joysticks, so you're going to avoid having some drifting on them. The D-pad is small but feels really good, as well as the X, Y, B and A buttons. On the bottom of the left thumbstick, you have one home button and one back. This is to use in the Android interface as well as some games. And the select and start button. On the top itself, you're going to find the R1, R2, L1 and L2 triggers. They have a nice travel, not too long but not too short. A good middle point. You're also going to find the power button, the volume rocker, some ventilation for exhaust of air, and a micro HDMI port that is going to give you 720p. But if you see underneath of it, you have the USB Type-C cable, and this is not only for charging. In the version of the Retroid Pocket 4 Pro only, not in the normal version, this is going to be able to push out 1080p video through the USB Type-C cable. Also on the bottom you're going to find the 3.5mm jack and the place for the SD card. Now these have 128GB of storage, but as well you're going to have to use your SD card. I recommend it anyway to load your games in there and not to have them directly into the console itself. It works better like that. And of course you want to have a good quality SD card, as well as the bigger the storage, the more ROMs and games you can load into your retro console. Now let's talk a little bit overview over the specs of this device. The Retroid Pocket 4 have a MediaTek Dimensity 900 octa-core CPU and a G68 MC4 GPU. That is going to be at 2.4 GHz for the CPU and 2 GHz for the GPU. Now the 4 Pro have a MediaTek Dimensity 1100 octa-core with 2.6 GHz and a G77 MC9 GPU. Another big difference about the Retroid Pocket 4 and the 4 Pro is that the normal one only have 4 GB of RAM and the Pro it comes with 8 GB of RAM. Both of them are running Android, but the Retroid 4 Pro is going to be using Android 13 against the Retroid 4 Pocket that is going to have Android 11. They both have Bluetooth 5.2 and Wi-Fi 6.0. Another thing that they both of them have the same is the battery, with a 5000 mAh battery. That is good enough for a long time of playing. So now, with all of the technical specs already done, let's start it up and let's try a couple of games that are already loaded into the machine. Now to load them, what I recommend you guys is that you set up first your SD card inside of the Retroid Pocket itself. From there, this is going to create all the folders that you need to set up your games, ROMs, and of course BIOS files for different systems that you want to do. And after that, you can take it out, set it in your PC, and there load your ROMs. Of course, as you may know, I cannot tell you where to find the ROMs.
You are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
But you have heard of me.
But my friends, with a little Google search, you're going to find everything that you need including the BIOS. So let's begin. Now I am in the launcher, and as you can see, I have already installed some different consoles, as well as some ROMs inside of it. Let's test a couple of them to see the responsiveness of the controller itself, how this looks and how it sounds. Let's start with one of my games that I always have to try in every retro system, because it's one of my favorite ones, and that is Super Mario World. As you can see, it's going to start RetroArch. The sound is pretty good. And now, let me check out the controller. As you can probably check out in the video, the controls are really responsive. The video quality is great. Especially for retro games, you don't really need a big screen to enjoy them. Because the bigger, the more the pixels you are going to see them. The D-pad feels really good for the retro games, as well as the console itself. One thing that I will like is that was a little bit more ergonomic in the hands, a little bit bigger here on the back. It will be better to hold on into it, but it's not bad, it's really good actually. Now, pressing the home button 2 times, as you could see right there, it brings you back into the menu itself. Now let's try something a little bit more heavy side with the Nintendo 64, and let's see how this goes.
It's me, Mario! Hello! Okie dokie!
It's running perfectly at 30 FPS, normal for Nintendo 64 games, but in such a tiny device, guys, something that was almost impossible in the past. Now, this also have the option to emulate PlayStation 2 games, but it's something that I will have to try in the future. Now, let's see how this game goes. Wow, it's really responsive. The joysticks, they are a little bit small, especially if you have big hands, but they feel great. Now, he runs really fast. I don't know if that is something normal. Now the camera. And the game itself looks really good, guys. I'm enjoying this right here really a lot. And this is the second time that I got something from Retroid, and the quality is really good. The plastic itself, the controls, the operating system, and everything is amazing, guys. So if you are looking for a small console to take away, small retro device, if you don't want to have a Nintendo Switch or a Steam Deck with you, this is an amazing thing to be able to play your retro games where you are on the go. If you are interested in a complete review of the Retroid Pocket 4 Plus, just let me know in the comments down below, or a guide how to set up all the games, but I think there are a lot of guides already in the internet to show you how to do it. And that is pretty much it, guys. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like into the video and subscribe to the channel for more content like this one. Thanks for watching, my friends, and like always, see you guys on the next time. Bye bye.